YouTube. It's a new day, it's a new week, and I'm having a bird hair day. Alright, so as I discussed in my last video, which probably a lot of people didn't see because I hadn't put one up for a while, I'm going to be switching the format of these videos now. So they're going to be a lot quicker, and they're going to be a lot less about me and more about things that I would like to do to help other people. I want to kind of change this channel away from just being about me to kind of being, I guess you'd call it a weight loss guru. That's what they call them on YouTube, but I believe I need a lot more education before I can take up that title. But if there's anything I know about, it's how to lose weight. So, just to tell you where I am at, still maintaining. I actually am fluctuating 5 pounds or so, but I think that's more because I'm starting to build muscle. Yeah! So yeah, that's going good. So, what I want to do today is I want to cover getting started with eating. So when you're going to go ahead and get started with eating, you need to decide first off how you're going to go about doing that. Whether or not you need to go on a diet for people that maybe have to lose like 10 or so pounds, or you have to change your lifestyle for how you're eating because you're a person like me and you're morbidly obese. By the way, lifestyle changes mean just that. They're permanent. You don't just get there and stop. So now a lot of people could come on here and tell you about all kinds of different diets like paleo diet, candida diet, Weight Watchers, Body for Life, and all that stuff. And some of those work for some people, and if you're a person that needs to lose like 10 pounds or so, those things might help. But if you're a person coming from a morbidly obese standpoint, statistics are very high against you with a lot of those things. And partly the reason is that it's a really, really dramatic change from what you're used to. So what I recommend is how I eat. I eat 6 meals a day instead of 3 meals a day. And I just eat the proper amount of calories. So many people are going to tell you, well, you gotta only eat protein, or you gotta only eat carbs, or you've gotta eat this special fish that comes from this particular ocean, or you're screwed. Doesn't really work like that. There's a difference between losing weight and health, though. I will say, you want to eat vegetables and lean proteins for specifically health. However, to lose weight, if you're a morbidly obese person, focus on that. It's all about the numbers. So what that means is you can eat the stuff that you like. You just have to think about moderation. The numbers all have to add up at the end of the day. So if you want to have a cheeseburger, you got to balance for that. If you want to have some chips, you got to balance for that. If you deprive yourself of these things in small amounts, there's a very good chance that you're going to just go crazy one day and start binge eating. Now on the other side of that coin, however, you have to watch with yourself with the things that you're addicted to. If you're like me and used to be like a big chip junkie, those can be dangerous. So you have to find some alternatives, which I'm going to be discussing in later videos. But just throw chips ones out there since I mentioned that. Cheech Puffs. Look it up. Now, that being said, website to go to find out those numbers is going to be www.sparkpeople.com. I will put a link down below. Fantastic website, takes a whole bunch of information, really detailed, and then spits out numbers on what you should eat. Now keep in mind, that number may not work for everyone. You may have to raise it a little bit, or you may have to lower it a little bit depending on how your weight loss is going and depending on how you're feeling. The other website I would say, fantastic website, caloriecount.com, also put a link down below. It'll tell you all the calories of certain items that you want to eat. Now, Spark People does have that function, but I find Spark People's is not as accurate because people can actually manually enter them, and then it goes ahead and it'll link to your profile when it's on there. So you never know, people could just mess up when entering it. And the other thing you're going to need to get started with how you're going to eat the rest of your life or diet is going to be a food scale. Very, 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 very important. Unless, of course, you're on one of those diets where they're like, eat however many chicken-flavored pitas you want. But generally, you're going to need a food scale so you can measure things out. And they're pretty cheap. You can get them for like 20 bucks at like Superstore. You don't need the best food scale that exists, although I do recommend, getting one that doesn't have like clock fingers and stuff. Like digital is kind of the way you want to go. And that would be what I would recommend to get started, and that's what I'm going to cover in this one video. So, links down below these are my recommendations, these are things that I've done, these are things that I've used, and I hope they help you out, and I will see you guys next week. Hey, one last thing. If you guys know anybody that could use assistance with weight loss, please direct them to my channel or my Tumblr. Tumblr and this YouTube channel are going to kind of be linked. I'm going to cover a lot of the things on Tumblr that I'm going to cover on here. However, there are going to be times where I release stuff on here that's not going to be on Tumblr. And plus, if you're here, you don't need to read. People love to watch me. It's just the way it is. So yeah, let them know. And also, if you guys have questions about weight loss, things that I've done, you have a specific problem you want me to research, which I'm happy to do, as long as it's actually related to weight loss and not I've got this thing on my foot, please feel free to message me on YouTube or on Tumblr, or send your questions to ryansonebelt@gmail.com. Alright, have a good day, guys. Bye.
Awesome! Awesome! That's awesome! That's awesome! Awesome! Awesome. So I finally figured out what the hell this is called again. Broccoli.